52 tags handmade. No, not the new entry song for the challenge, because no. I'm getting started, finally. I'm so excited, finally. I have big plans for this teeny tiny little itty bitty tag, and I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I have big plans because, well, you've seen my tags. Anyways, we're going to do this. I would just want to go through what my supplies are and my plan, and then I'll try to piece all this together because it will take a while. Yeah. All right. Ready? Okay. We've got blue buttons. Well, let me show you the color palette. First, the color palette is, I'm going to put a photo here. You probably saw it on Facebook and Instagram, but here's the photo. Okay. Now, what that palette is, thank you, Stephanie. She sent me this gorgeous fabric to play with. And so this is the color palette. Can you tell we have lots of snow? Palette. Golds and creams and navy blue. I think that's navy blue, dark blue. That's the palette. Okay, so we're going to do that. So that's the plan there. This is the tag that we're going to get all this stuff onto. It is Hexis, okay? And you make Hexis out of fabric. And the way Anne did it, she showed how to do it. Great video. Thank you, Anne. And I'm not going to do it that way because I have to be different. But she took it and she ironed it with the iron and all of that stuff, which I probably might do. I haven't decided yet. But I'm going to use English paper piecing techniques to do it because I need support. Okay, so my plan is to basically, I cut out on my silhouette a whole bunch of different size hexagons. I have a 1 inch, 3/4 inch, and a teeny weeny. I saw some lady making teeny tiny ones today, and bless her little soul, she was struggling. Her tag was gorgeous when it was done though. But anyways, in a 1/2 inch. So my plan is to take my circle dies and cut the various, they all need a different size circle. Various size circles out of this material. And then I want to layer them. Then I'll make using these, I'll use this to wrap the stuff around. Okay, you with me? That's the plan. You've watched my videos and you have seen that I always start out with a plan that never ends up the plan. But hey, we're going with it. Anyways, I'm going to cut my circles out with the dies because I don't hand cut shapes at all. Nobody wants to see that train wreck. Okay, so that's the plan. So I have a whole bunch of them because I'm going to lay it out first to see what I want to do. Okay? And then I don't know from there. Okay. Anne, she sewed on some of hers. She added buttons to some of hers. She only had 3, I think, on hers. And so she was like, simple, I'm over the top. Yeah. But her slow stitching stuff is over the top. So in fairness, she's an over the topper too, if you've ever seen any of her other projects. But so I'm prepared for stitching with I should put this on the light one, with that. And then I want to add more. So I found this matching-ish rickrack type stuff that might end up on there. I have some of these flowers that, oh my gosh, are they perfect or what? And you want to know what? They kind of they don't look anything like the ones that are in the fabric, but we're going to pretend they do because from a distance. Anyways, those might end up on there. I have some metal doohickeys. That might end up on there. And then I have lots and lots of buttons that will end up on there. Not lots and lots, but I'd like to try to get, I'd like to see, like, if I do the flower in this color, I'll do the buttons in this color. I don't have flowers that went with this, so that are blue. So they'll have to, that might be the switch. Or I might use buttons on both and not use flowers at all. Or I don't know. So yeah, and there's still the whole idea that there might be lace somewhere on this that we'll see how it needs it. And And are you doing this challenge? Leave your links down below. I am having so much fun finding you all and seeing Instagram. Oh my gosh, Instagram has exploded with this challenge. It is amazing. I'm so excited about it. It takes me hours to get through everybody. Like, comment, comment. Because I have so much to say about every single tag I see. And I just, at some point, I have to sleep. And so, but I'm trying to find them. Make sure you get the hashtag 52 tags HANE, HANNE made. Put it in your description, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, because any alternatives of that don't always show up. And I'd like to be able to find you. So what is your plan? What are you working on? Have you got yours done? Some people were like whipping it out in 10 minutes flat. Of course, they're smart and they do it simple. But I am going to clear this stuff off and figure out what I'm going to do, because I have a general idea. We'll find out together. See you in a minute. Okay, so if you're wondering how I made this tag, you'll have to keep wondering, because I didn't video any of it. I started to video it, and honestly, this took me hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to do, and there was no like start stop point or anything like that, like, you know, to walk through. So I just bailed on the videoing. Next time. Mostly I just didn't feel like editing hours and hours and hours of videoing. But this is my 52 tags handmade challenge. It was Hexis this time. And I'm really kind of tickled when it turned out. I learned a lot about it myself doing this. It doesn't look anything like I originally planned, as you probably heard in the beginning. And it just kind of grew, and it made me think a lot about what slow stitching is and why people do this kind of thing. And I really enjoyed this. I have my room. I'll put a picture here of the actually I have a video. I'll put a little video here. I just thought I would share the destruction one little tiny tag can do to an entire craft room. I so ran out of room, I ended up on my stool. I mean, it's even over here. There's strings all over the floor. There's material out. Kaboom. And as you can see, there was a kaboom. I have gone through more stuff, dug out more things to put on one little tiny tag than I even knew I had, and I had the best time. But I did the three large ones, even though you can't really tell. I did like Anne did in the yo-yo style. The rest of them I did upside down because they were so little that it just the pattern didn't come through good on the little tiny ones. So I did them upside down, more of just regular Hexis. And I don't know, it just kind of kept growing. I just made them as I went along, and then added them and made another one and added them, and till it hit a place that my brain said, that'll work. There's no rhyme to reason. My brain has its own thinking. But I put random little beads. I filled in that one with a whole bunch of beads. This one just has a button, and I did some French knots around the side. I got a button and beads there. This is probably my least favorite, but I was determined to do it, was to put the flower and the metal flower on here. And then I made like a little bead cluster with, I don't know, strings coming out of it. And then I don't know why, but I just thought it needed something in that gap right there. So I added a string of beads right there. And then I added the safety pin and a little brad. I don't know why, it just seemed to fit there. But so that is basically what my Hexis look like. I put it on a piece of canvas that I had frayed, and I distress inked with ground espresso the tag, and then I put my journaling on the back. And then to hold it on, I sewed through, threaded it through the paper, added a bead, and then threaded back through and tied a knot. So I have the little beads spread out throughout. The back of it says, meandering, an act of following a winding course. I think I finally figured out what slow stitching is. I mean the purpose, the point, the feeling. When you just take your time with no grand plan in sight to wander from one stitch to the next, from one bead to the next, one added part here or there to the next, until eventually, without even seeing it coming, land at the end of the journey that the project you are working on was meant for you to take. You didn't know it was even where you were headed, but now that you're there, you realize it was where you were supposed to go with it all along. As always, I learned a lot from this prompt. But the biggest thing I learned was that sometimes taking your time is really the point of the project, not the finish of it or the process. February 16th, 2021. And that's how it turned out. So, and I've got Sophie here all over it. Yeah, go Soph. So I get to add it to my ring with my other ones, and I've got my white one, and then the heart, the scraps, the fly stitch, the kisses. And then for some reason, I could not get this tag on the other way. I don't know what happened there. It just, no, it didn't want to go on. And so that, of course, was the buttons. And then I can just add this to it. And no, see, this one doesn't want to, it does, they get so far on there and then they don't want to go on anymore. I think I'm going to change this to a ribbon or something instead of this hard ring. I think that's what I'm running into problems with, is the angle of this ring. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this, as always. I can't, it's the highlight of my week. I really, 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 really enjoy it. And I can't wait to see what she brings us on Friday of this week. I hope you guys are enjoying the prompt too. I have been loving seeing what you guys are all making too. Oh my gosh, the creativity and inspiration out there is just amazing. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And hey, take some time to meander. You never know where it'll lead you. Bye.